For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level.
It's another beautiful day on your lofty program, State of the Nation, where we hasten the motions for national development. And when it comes to national development, it is a matter for us all. This morning, we shall dwell on the factor of the breeding ground of our leaders. What am I saying here? I am talking about education, and we are going to hinge on the university education and what we are going through as we speak. Without a proper education system, we will be falling short of that fact that we are breeding the leaders of tomorrow. But like I proceeded earlier, that this morning we shall dwell on universities and the anomalies therein. Let me give you a background of what is happening in terms of our universities here in Nigeria. Here in Nigeria, we have about 170 universities, of which 79 of them are private universities. 43 of them are federal universities, while 48 are state universities. For a university to go on in its endeavor of teaching and breeding our kids, there is, as usual in most things, a regulator. And the regulator for our universities is called the Nigerian Universities Commission. This is a commission that has been put together by the government to make sure that they run checks and balances on these universities and make sure that they come up with the best. In terms of accreditation of whatever subjects they were going to teach, it is the N.U.C that accredits them and gives them the go-ahead to teach students whatever particular subject, whatever particular endeavor, whatever particular faculty they want them to go into. It is N.U.C that is the regulator. But lately, we are having a kind of anomaly that has to do mainly with private universities. Did you hear me? Private universities. Because the N.U.C, which is the Nigerian Universities Commission, did his own forensic audit on all these private universities and found them to be wanting in a lot of cases. There are instances of poor implementation of N.U.C approved governance structure. There is also that poor implementation of university committee system. All these are anomalies that are being practiced by private universities. There is also that overbearing influence of proprietors, promoters, or owners of the university on the administration or day-to-day running of those private universities. There is also cases of these private universities undermining the roles of the vice chancellor as the CEO of the university. It doesn't end there alone. There is always that poor case of hierarchy, delineation, a pure case of division of labor, a pure case of, oh, this is the boss, this is the number one man, this is the number two man, this is the number three man. In private universities, some of these things are lacking or they are at a low ebb. So also there is irregularities in staff engagement, including academic teaching staff. All because it is being owned by private proprietors, promoters, or owners. They tend to operate those universities as businesses. You heard me right. They operate them as businesses. Little wonder N.U.C has been able to find out that most of these private universities are squeezing parents, are squeezing guardians. They are all out for the money. All out for the money. It is good that they say, okay, we're coming up with the best of whatever it is, but at the same time, the rates, the charges, the levies, the dues, the tariffs, the payment, the fees is on the high side. It's high time. Honestly, I'll say that again. It's high time they give Nigerians and the Nigerian child a chance to go to school properly and at the right rates. It is not every parent that has all that huge sum of money. Some of them, if not most of them, go through changes. They fast before they can put together all those monies that their kids are going to use as school fees. It's high time we look at this closely and we address the anomaly. Little wonder the Nigerian Universities Commission has issued a governance code to address all these peculiarities in our private universities. It is one thing to issue a governance code to the private universities. It is another for these private universities to adhere to this governance code so that these universities can breed better kids at a rate that is fair. We're talking in terms of fair play here. Universities are institutions of learning. We should, the proprietors, I am giving this to the proprietors, the promoters, and the owners. Please, please, and please don't look at a university, your private university, as a business venture, because it is not a business venture. The moment you make it into a business venture, it ends up with the kid with the highest money, whose purse is full, now becomes the highest bidder. He pays the school fees, he pays exorbitant rates, he is ready to even bribe his lecturer so that he can pass. These are the anomalies we should look at. N.U.C, you're doing a good job, but at the same time, we need to appeal to the proprietors of these universities. The last word here is the universities are not created as business enterprise. It is not a business enterprise. Education has never been a business enterprise. For most of those that are the proprietors and promoters as we speak, maybe within my age range or younger or older, we went to school when education was what it was, education. Our primary education was free. In some cases, our secondary education was close to being free. Even universities were on the low side. We were busy eating for 25 naira. You eat chicken in the cafeteria. It was not meant to be a business venture. And if you say you want to give the government a hand in doing what the government is doing by providing education, please, for God's sake, make sure you give the education that is good enough and fair enough to the pockets of parents and guardians who are making this possible. Another factor I want to dwell on is there are some school of thought that are saying there is proliferation of universities. The word might be wrong. What is wrong, in simple term, is the level of education given, the level of tutelage that is being given is what is below par. If we talk in terms of the students we churn out of the secondary schools compared to universities, we have, like I told you earlier, we have 170 universities, all encompassing, federal, state, and private, 170. And we are churning out maybe 1 million students. You will find out that from that figure, do some little arithmetic, you will find out that even the universities are not enough. What we need to do is to make sure that the universities we have are up to speed, up to standard, and that is the work of N.U.C, Nigerian Universities Commission. They are doing a good job. They are churning out a governance code for each and every one to adhere to. And now that N.U.C has come up with that, we need to sit back and watch Now the universities are going to take care of this by making sure that they remove the anomalies, and the private universities, for God's sake, please, it is not a business venture. It is a way that we tutor our kids that are going to become leaders of tomorrow. At that juncture, I would like to say thank you for keeping faith with us. ITV, we are in the throes of its anniversary, 25 years of broadcasting to you, our viewers out there. It is a case of 25 years and counting. We are not giving up yet, because it is our duty to make sure we feed you with the best of information so that you can have your own opinions, develop your own ideas, and have a good day.